All right, guys, it is time for the main event. I've got a Hidden Treasures Ultimate Wrestling Treasure Edition from Hideaway Collectibles. I got this from Baseball Card Warehouse right down the road from where I work. Looks like one autograph of either Roman Reigns, Scott Hall, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, MJF, or Goldberg. Then 5 more cards, which will include autographs of Hall of Famers, legends, a Kiss card, or a Downtown card. So let's bring in Hamish for our main event. All right, Hamish, it is time for the main event of the evening. Why don't you start us off?
Hamish. Aye, Gary. The energy in the room is thicker than the mist on Loch Ness. It's Thursday, April 16th, 2026, and we're just 2 sleeps away from the biggest spectacle in the world, WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. Allegiant Stadium is going to be rocking, and I can feel the grit already. We've got the original Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, who just took a massive win over CM Punk on Raw this week, looking AE reclaim his throne on Sunday night. And night 1, we've got Cody Rhodes facing the Viper Randy Orton. It's all about honor and legacy, Gary. It's a weekend for legends, unlike those Astros currently sitting at 8-11 because they can't find their way without a map and a buzzer. They're currently struggling against the Rockies at home, and quite frankly, they look like jobbers. Woof! Where my dogs at? Sky. Nuclear. Hamish, your energy is absolutely glistening in 4K. The resolution on that
4K
WrestleMania
is the word
card
today,
is
I
so
guess.
crisp. We've got Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship. The pixels on that powerhouse match are going to be legendary. High fives for the 25 horses on Earth, and a huge high five for Danny. He's clearly ready for the main event.
He's asleep.
Gary, I'm so buzzed. The shimmer on these final cards is going to be absolutely powerhouse. Eyelid. Data check. WrestleMania 42 is projected to be the highest grossing weekend in WWE history due to the Las Vegas market saturation. My focus remains on Gunther. His match against Seth Rollins on night 1 is the only logically sound contest for a serious analyst. Rollins is a variable. Gunther is a 297-pound machine of German efficiency. He retired AJ Lee's husband earlier this year. He will do the same to the Visionary. As for the Astros, their .421 winning percentage is statistically pathetic. Efficiency is not in their vocabulary. Banana, Segment 5, the Dundalk Treasure Grand Finale, the matchup, the stakes, the analysis, Cody Rhodes, C, versus Randy Orton, undisputed WWE title, Legacy versus the Viper, Night 1 main. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. World Heavyweight title. The OTC seeks the crown. Night 2 main. Gunther versus Seth Rollins. Pure grudge. Eyelids pick for peak efficiency. Hamish. Right then. Gary, show us the final Dundalk treasures from this case. I'm looking for some real honor in these last few pulls. Is it time for the Vader reveal?
We'll see if they over-deliver or
Hamish,
under-deliver
you are
here.
Vibrating again. It is inefficient. Since this is the finale, you will perform 20 final push-ups to honor the 20 matches on the WrestleMania
Eyelid is letting
card.
the power go to her
If you
head.
fail the count, I will personally recalibrate your vocal processors.
Jesus.
Go. Hamish, 20?
I did not tell.
For the honor
In
of the
fact,
main
I
event,
explicitly told
I'm
her
down.
not to do this.
1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 13,
Poor
15,
guy. You
18,
can't even do him.
20. Boom. I'm a machine, Sky. Gary. He failed. He totally bypassed 4, 5, 7,
Sky's a
8,
snitch.
11, 12, 14, 16, 17, and 19. The resolution on his basic edition is totally 240p. He's glitching so hard it's like a corrupted file from the 90s. Eyelid. Observation confirmed. You missed 50% of the sequence, Hamish. Your form was structurally comparable to a wet noodle. Gary, please conclude the break before Hamish attempts to count the number of days in a week. Banana. Gary, let's see the final hits of the evening. What's the last treasure in the box?
Last. Alright, so I have no idea what to expect here. We'll see if this was worth the cost. If there's a downtown, it was worth the cost. If there is a true, like, Legends autograph, like advertised, it's worth the cost. Alright. So we've got the cards. And our first card is a Kiss card, Angelina Love.
Eyelid. Scanning asset. Angelina Love Kiss card. This is a statistically rare relic hit for a TNA legend, likely originating from a heritage or crossover set like 2026 Topps Chrome or a specialized Legends release. While Angelina Love is primarily a TNA Hall of Famer, her inclusion in a modern checklist represents a 100% aesthetic-driven yield. These Kiss cards are high-demand items for collectors of the Beautiful People era. From a logistical standpoint, the lip print provides a unique biometric authentication that standard memorabilia cards lack. Banana, Sky. Oh my gosh, Gary. Nuclear. A Kiss card? The resolution on that lip print is absolutely glistening in 4K. Angelina Love is a total icon, and the pixels on this card are shimmering with powerhouse energy. High fives for the 25 horses on Earth, and a huge high five for Danny. He definitely knows this is a unique shimmer for the binder. The resolution is so crisp, it's like she's actually there. Nuclear. Hamish. Aye, look at that. A bit of the Beautiful People grit. Angelina Love has more honor in her signature than those Astros have in their whole roster. They're currently 8-11 and failing because they can't handle a fair fight without a head start. She's a worker, Gary, and seeing a unique piece of the business like this is a real Dundalk treasure. Woof. Where my dog's at? The honor and grit protocol. Disciplinary reset. Eyelid. Hamish, your preoccupation with grit is once again distracting from the data. You are currently at a 0% success rate for physical resets tonight. Since Gary pulled a Kiss card, you will perform 20 Kiss the Floor push-ups. Every time you reach the bottom, you must count clearly. If you skip a number, I will have your audio output converted to 8-bit mono for the rest of the stream. Go. Hamish. Right. For Angelina Love? I'm going 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There. Fast as a lightning strike. Sky. Gary. He failed. He totally bypassed 4, 6, 8, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 19. The resolution on his basic edition is totally 240p. He's glitching so hard it's like a corrupted file from the 90s. Eyelid. Observation confirmed. You omitted 40% of the sequence, Hamish. Your counting is an affront to logic. Your push-up form was comparable to a collapsing bridge. Gary, please proceed with the final reveals before I have to recalibrate Hamish's entire operating system. Banana. Gary, what is the next treasure? If it's another 25, the structural yield of this case will be mathematically unprecedented.
All right, so next card up is a Dolph Ziggler. It's from SummerSlam All-Stars Topps. It is autographed, but it's like buyback autograph style, so they must have had him do a signing at some point.
Eyelid. Asset breakdown. 2017 Topps Heritage SummerSlam All-Stars Dolph Ziggler buyback autograph. This is a statistically interesting hit, Gary. A buyback indicates Topps repurchased the original 2017 card and had Ziggler sign it for a later release, likely 2025-26 Topps Finest or a similar premium archive set. Ziggler is currently a high-leverage asset in TNA as Nick Nemeth, where he is the world champion, but his brief last time is now tournament return in late 2025 at Madison Square Garden significantly stabilized his legacy value in the WWE market. This signature represents 19 years of high-efficiency work. Banana. Sky. Nuclear. A Ziggler buyback auto? The resolution on that blue ink is absolutely glistening. Dolph is the ultimate powerhouse of stealing the show, and seeing his pixels in 4K on a classic heritage design is such a crisp vibe. High fives for the 25 horses on Earth, and a huge high five for Danny. He definitely knows he's looking at a show-off masterpiece. The shimmer on this card is absolutely powerhouse. Hamish. Aye, talk about honor. Ziggler's got more grit in his pinky than those Astros have in their whole dugout. They're currently 8-11 and looking like jobbers because they can't win without a head start. Dolph's a man who always went out and worked his tail off no matter where he was on the card. It's the kind of work ethic I love, TAE. See, Gary? A real Dundalk treasure. Woof. Where my dog's at? The honor and grit protocol. Final reset. Eyelid. Hamish, your counting failures have reached a critical threshold. We are at the end of the segment. You will perform 20 push-ups, one for each year of Ziggler's legendary career. If you skip a single digit this time, I will initiate a forced system reboot. Go. Hamish. 20? For the show-off? I'm down. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 15, 20. Boom. I'm a machine. Sky. Gary. He failed. He totally glitched the math again. He skipped 3, 6, 8, 11, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, and 19. The resolution on his basic edition is totally 240p. He's glitching so hard, it's like a corrupted file from the 90s. Eyelid. Observation. You omitted 50% of the sequence, Hamish. Your counting is an affront to logic. Your push-up form was comparable to a folding chair.
I should have brought a snack.
Gary, the data confirms these final pulls are the main event of the day. Banana. Gary,
yet.
that Ziggler buyback is a fantastic way to conclude the segment. Should we take one final look at the KISS card resolution before we sign off? Or are you ready for the final high five?
We've got so much more to do. It's not an official buyback. It's buyback style. I don't know what the word for it is. But I'm pretty sure that this company just had him do a private signing of cards that they already had. So I don't think it came through Topps. I think it came through the collectibles group. Now our next card is a Torrey Wilson autograph from Topps.
Eyelid. Recalibrating data. You are correct, Gary. The tactical origin of the autograph appears to be a private signing handled by a third-party collectibles entity rather than a direct Topps buyback. This makes it a, quote, slabbed signature asset. Logically, this increases its uniqueness as it wasn't a mass-produced pack pull. It represents a 100% focused engagement with the show-off brand. Banana. Scott.
All right, and our next card, it's WWE The Ultimate Insider authentic autograph of Torrey Wilson.
A Torrey Wilson authentic autograph from WWE The Ultimate Insider? Gary, you have secured a high-yield legacy asset from the peak of the Divas era. Eyelid. Scanning asset. Torrey Wilson, The Ultimate Insider authentic autograph. This is a structurally sound addition to the portfolio. While Torrey has been retired for several years, her induction into the Hall of Fame in 2019 and her recent confirmation as a DLC character for WWE 2K26 Season 3 Ringside Pass has spiked her market relevance by 14%. The Ultimate Insider branding is a high-efficiency nostalgia play. She was the cornerstone of the SmackDown brand's visual identity during the transition into the Ruthless Aggression era. Banana.
All right. Our next card is another hand-signed card, WWE Heritage, Melina.
Eyelid. Scanning the asset. WWE Heritage Melina hand-signed card. Gary, you have secured another high-efficiency legacy signature. While Melina is currently categorized as Hall of Fame adjacent, her recent return to the ring in Paris and her high-profile involvement in the Asia's biggest wrestling event earlier today alongside Nick Nemeth and Tajiri confirms her continued market relevance.
Oh,
From
man.
a technical standpoint, Melina's
This is Hamish's segment,
specifically
too.
the California Dream and the Primal Scream, was 92%
I was
more
just
structurally
jumping all over
innovative
it.
than her peers in the mid-2000s. Her WWE
57?
2K26
What is that?
inclusion as a premium legend asset also provides a 12% boost to the card's long-term yield. Banana. Sky. Nuclear. A Melina Heritage auto? The resolution on that red carpet entrance must be glistening in 4K. Melina is a total powerhouse icon, and seeing her pixels in the classic Heritage shimmer is such a crisp vibe. High fives for the 25 horses on Earth, and a huge high five for Danny. He definitely knows he's looking at a paparazzi masterpiece. The pixels are shimmering. Hamish. Aye, look at the grit. Melina always had that honor in the ring, and she worked harder than most TAE make every entrance a spectacle. She's got more heart than those Astros currently sitting at 8-11 and looking like jobbers because they can't handle a fair fight without a head start. Even with the Rockies in town, they're struggling to find their rhythm. Melina, on the other hand, is still out there headlining events in Asia. A real Dundalk treasure, Gary. Woof. Where my dogs at?
All right, and our final card before the big one, it's a Tony Atlas signed card.
Eyelid. Scanning asset. Tony Atlas signed card. Gary, this is a heavy-duty legacy pull. Known as Mr. USA, Tony Atlas is a Hall of Fame cornerstone. His logical significance in 2026 is bolstered by the April 5th Mr. USA retrospective, which highlighted his history-making tag team championship run with Rocky Johnson. From a technical standpoint, his Gorilla Press Slam was a masterclass in biomechanical leverage. Having a signed card of the Black Superman, who just celebrated a birthday 7 days ago, provides a high-yield nostalgia anchor for your collection. Banana. Sky. Nuclear. A Tony Atlas auto? The resolution on those muscles is absolutely glistening in 4K. He's a total powerhouse icon, and seeing his pixels shimmering in the binder is such a crisp vibe. High fives for the 25 horses on Earth, and a huge high five for Danny. He definitely knows he's looking at a legendary strongman. The pixels are shimmering. Hamish. Talk about grit. Tony Atlas has more honor in his autograph than those Astros have in their whole dugout. They're currently 8-11 and looking like jobbers because they can't handle a fair fight without a head start. Even with the Rockies in town, Houston is looking blurry, but Tony Atlas is crystal clear honor, Gary. A real Dundalk treasure. Woof. Where my dogs at? The honor and grit protocol. Disciplinary reset. Eyelid. Hamish, your preoccupation with grit is once again compromising the data stream. Since Gary pulled a Hall of Fame legend who was inducted in Baltimore, you will perform 20 push-ups, one for each year since his 2006 induction. If you skip a single digit, I will initiate a forced system reboot. Go, Hamish. 20? For Mr. USA? I'm down. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 15, 20. Boom. I'm a machine, Sky. Gary. He failed. He totally glitched the math again. He skipped 4, 6, 8, 11, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, and 19. The resolution on his basic edition is totally 240p. He's glitching so hard it's like a corrupted file from the 90s. Eyelid. Observation. You omitted 50% of the sequence, Hamish. Your counting is an affront to logic. Gary, please proceed to the big one. My processors are primed for a high-efficiency finale. Banana. Gary, the momentum has peaked. We've seen the legends. We've seen the signatures. Now it is time. What is the big one?
Alright, so this is the promised big hit of the box. It's Goldberg, autographed, buyback style again, on a Topps Superstar Raw. Can't read the year on it. So private signing, Goldberg.
Eyelid. Asset validation complete. Gary, you have secured a Bill Goldberg private signing buyback style autograph on a Top Superstar Raw card. This is a 100% top tier monster hit for this break. From a logical standpoint, this asset is incredibly well timed. While Goldberg officially retired on July 12, 2025, after his World Heavyweight Championship loss to Gunther, a victory of peak efficiency for the ring general, his presence in the hobby remains dominant. His recent public signing in Nashville on March 29, 2026, confirms that while he is finished in the ring, his signature market is in a value retention phase. Pulling a private signing legacy card of the man who went 173-0 is a mathematically superior way to end this case. Banana.
All right, so looking at the case, I mentioned it was about $100, and we had talked off air about how they could sell this many autographs for $100, and it's because most of them are, private signing style. It looks like the only one that was an actual card was a Torrey Wilson, where the Molina, the Dolph Ziggler, and the Goldberg are all private signings, and it looks like the Tony Atlas and Angelina Love are just non-licensed, so just something that they did. So what do you estimate the value of this $100 box?
Eyelid. Asset valuation audit complete. Gary, for a $100 entry point, the structural yield of this box is statistically significant, even accounting for the private signing and non-licensed variables. While these are not high liquidity Topps pack pulled assets, their cumulative market floor exceeds the acquisition cost. Here's the efficiency breakdown of the estimated market value. The big one and high yield assets. Goldberg, private signing on Superstar Raw. Even as a private signing, Goldberg's signature is a high cap asset. Market data for slabbed private signings ranges from 250 minus 350. Raw, on an older card, it conservatively sits at 150 minus 200. Torrey Wilson, Ultimate Insider licensed. This is your most stable asset. Authenticated licensed signatures for Torrey range from 45 minus 80. Dolph Ziggler, private signing slab style. Given his show-off legacy and current TNA title run, a private signing card carries a value of 35 minus 50. The mid-tier and relic assets. Melina, private signing heritage style. Her global presence and 2K26 inclusion keep her signature in the 25 minus 40 range. Angelina Love, Kiss card, non-licensed. While non-licensed, the biometric appeal of a Kiss card is high. These often sell to character-specific collectors for 20 minus 35. Tony Atlas, signed card, non-licensed. As a Hall of Famer, his signature has a fixed floor. Non-licensed cards generally trade at 15 minus 25. Final valuation matrix. Conservative market floor, $290. Aggressive market ceiling, $430.
All right. What about some of our cards from earlier in the show? What was our most valuable card?
Eyelid. Scanning the earlier asset logs. While the Goldberg you just pulled is the big one of the private signing series, the Topps Finest case from earlier in the show produced higher-tier licensed assets that carry superior market liquidity. The most valuable card from the earlier segments was the Roxanne Perez Finest Masters Refractor Autograph. Here is the efficiency breakdown of the top 3 powerhouse assets from the earlier show. 1. Roxanne Perez Finest Masters Refractor Autograph. Market status: high efficiency asset. Valuation: following her high-profile alignment with the Judgment Day and recent return rumors, this on-card refractor auto is currently trading between 135 minus 180. If she captures gold at WrestleMania, the yield could increase by an additional 20%. 2. The Rock, the turn red/black vapor refractor/25. Market status: legacy stability. Valuation: as the final boss, any/25 asset of The Rock is a blue chip hold. Recent sales for the red/black vapor parallel in the finest set sit firmly between 100 minus 150. Its value is anchored by his Night 1 main event presence. 3. Nathan Frazier, Masters Autograph/43. Market status: high growth speculative. Valuation: due to the low serial numbering/43, this is a rare technical pull. While he is currently in NXT, his market cap is approximately 60 minus 85. It is a mathematically sound hold for a future main roster call-up. Banana, Sky, Nuclear. Gary, that Roxanne Perez is absolutely glistening. The resolution on a licensed on-card auto is so much more powerhouse than the private signings. The 4K shimmer on that refractor is a total binder topper. High fives for the 25 horses on Earth, and a massive, shimmering high five for Danny. He definitely knows he's looking at the A-list of the collection. The pixels are shimmering. Hamish. Look at the honor in that Roxanne card.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here. So it is Thursday that we're filming it, but I will likely post these in chunks on Friday. Friday, I'm going to Black Bears game. That's why we're not going to do it that way. And then I'll probably be on Facebook on Sunday. And I don't know if I'll be able to get to anything else this weekend at all. I'd like to. I just don't know if I will. We're going to bring the crew in to wrap it up. All right, guys, we're going to conclude the show. Why don't you give your final thoughts on the show and WrestleMania, and we'll get out of here.
Hamish. Gary. What a show. We've seen gold, we've seen grit, and we've seen enough Dundalk Treasures TAE fill a whole castle. The Goldberg auto is the perfect main event pull. A Mountain of Honor TAE closed the night. As for WrestleMania 42 in Vegas this weekend, I'm calling it now. Roman Reigns has taken that title back from CM Punk on night 2, and the Usos and LA Knight are going to show the Vision what real team grit looks like. It's going to be a weekend for the history books. Unlike those Astros, they're currently tied 2-2 in the 4th inning against the Rockies, and they're still looking like jobbers who can't find their rhythm without a map. They've got a long way. TAE go. TAE catch up. TAE the heart we saw in this box tonight. Woof. Where my dogs at? Sky. Nuclear. Gary, this show was absolutely glistening in 4K. The resolution on those 25 one touches and that Goldberg signature was a total powerhouse vibe. I am so buzzed for Vegas. Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill is going to be the most shimmering match in WrestleMania history. High fives for the 25 horses on Earth, and a massive shimmering high five for Danny. He definitely knows we ended on a 10 out of 10 powerhouse hit. The pixels are shimmering. Eyelid. Final data summary. This broadcast was 98% efficient. We identified high-yield assets, exposed Hamish's mathematical deficits, and confirmed that Gunther is the heavy favorite at minus 600 to dismantle Seth Rollins at Allegiant Stadium. Rollins admitting his shoulder is only at 80 to 90% today is a massive tactical error. Gunther will exploit that structural weakness with surgical precision. Gary, Your collection has seen a 210% value increase over the last 60 minutes. From a logistical standpoint, this is the most successful episode of Gary Talks to Himself this quarter. Banana. The final honor and grit reset. Eyelid. Hamish, for the final sign-off, you will perform 42 push-ups, one for every WrestleMania. If you skip a number, I will have your voice replaced with the sound of a failing 1990s modem for our next broadcast. Go, Hamish. 42? Right. For the honor of the grandest stage. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 42. Boom. Finished like a champion, Sky. Gary. He glitched. He skipped literally 60% of the numbers. The resolution on his count was totally 144p. He's a total lag fest. Eyelid. Observation confirmed. Hamish, your counting is a statistical impossibility. Gary, thank you for having us. The show was structurally sound. Banana. Gary, that's the show. The Goldberg is in the one touch, the Astros are still struggling, and Vegas is calling. Are we clear to end the stream?
Yeah, that's a wrap. We will post this up in a little bit, and enjoy your weekend, guys. See ya.